Hello, this is RICKY, the Android guy. Hey guys, today I'm bringing you a side-by-side comparison between the iPad Mini 3 versus the Galaxy Tab S 8.4. Now these are the two best of the best when it comes to the mid-sized tablets, and these probably will sell the most in terms of the high end. So we're going to find out which one really is better for you in terms of which category. Now, although I am as the Android guy, I do always give credit where credit is due. So let's see which one really is the best in which categories. Now, the first thing we always take a look at when comparing tablets is going to be look and feel. Which one has the better overall look and feel between the two? Well, when it comes to the iPad Mini 3, it has the same exact design as last year's. The only difference is going to be the ring, and it does come in gold as well. And that's it. It really has the same exact form factor otherwise, and it hasn't changed anything. It's definitely heavier between the two, and you can definitely feel that overall. And the aluminum brush is going to be there as always, but again, as most of you know, I've never been too much of a fan of aluminum on any device. So that is what it has, though. When it comes to the Galaxy Tab S 8.4, this is going to be a similar looking device compared to the Galaxy S5. It has the same kind of pattern backing, but it's a lot softer texture comparing. Definitely has more of a grip, as we always demonstrate, when you can hold the tablet and it won't slip out of your hand. It's a lot nicer than when it will slip out of your hand. So it's a lot better to have a better grip overall. Less scratches and fingerprints can be seen on this type of material, which is really nice. The only thing I don't like is a little two holes for Samsung's proprietary case. But other than that, upon giving it to three people, and unanimously actually, all three said this one felt better, I have to give the overall better look and feel to the Tab S 8.4, which rarely happens when comparing an Android to an Apple product. Usually they always take the look and feel. But when more people than me say as well and agree with it that this has a better look and feel, I always go with that. So yes, the better look and feel will go to the Galaxy Tab S 8.4. Now when it comes to web browsing, the first thing we always take a look at is going to be the displays. On the iPad mini, we have a 7.9 inch screen with a 2048 by 1536 pixels, giving it a 324 pixels per inch. Now over here on the Galaxy Tab S, we have an 8.4 inch screen with a 2560 by 1600 display, basically a 2K display, and that comes in at 359 pixels per inch. This is also an LED screen versus an LCD screen, and finally you also have more screen real estate on your body, so you get more screen on the front here than you do on the iPad mini. So and as we can see, of course, it is going to be lighter and thinner on the Galaxy Tab S, just while we're here. And now let's check out to see which one is going to be better at loading this website. So the iPad mini 3 is off to a bit of a head start. And the iPad mini already finished. So looks like definitely in terms of loading, the iPad mini definitely took this one in comparison. Now let's kind of move about and see how each one does. So now that both have loaded, in terms of moving up and down, we see pretty much the same kind of movement. And now how about pinch to zoom? Both very responsive when it comes to pinch and zoom. How about double tap? That one was really delayed. So overall with web browsing, the iPad Mini 3 just seems to do a little bit better performance compared to the Galaxy Tab S. It did load the web page quicker, but also it definitely did as well show a little bit of stutter on the Tab S when double tapping compared to the iPad Mini. So for web browsing, we will give it to the iPad Mini 3. Now, when it comes to music, we always go over speaker placement. The iPad Mini 3 has the speakers down at the bottom, as where the Galaxy Tab S finally did what all tablets should do, which is put them on both sides this way. Because most tablet users will hold their tablet landscape when it comes to Android, and this makes it so they're not covered up so easily. Very well designed, but which one really is going to be better when it comes to music? Let's play them and see which one wins. We're going to start with the iPad, then go to the Tab, then back and forth.
It's kind of crazy how the game is changed. The lights go on, they scream my name. The curtain goes down, I remain the same. Money don't equal the price of fame. From LA to New York, Seattle to the Bay, West overnight flights to Oahu, getting late. Y'all go down to Vegas, they know where we stay. Last show in Cali, headed down to the States.
I was a boy with a dream, had my head in the clouds. Now I'm sleeping first class, got a bed in the clouds. Hit my pops to pick me up, and he said he was proud. King shit with a beanie on instead of counting on my blessings. Shout out to the most high. Started from the bottom, now I'm sitting at the most high. Cheapsies to the business, now I'm literally so fly. Motivated by my brokenness, yes, that's why they call it.
So when we played both of these, we played them a couple of times, and there really is no clear winner. Really, both tablets aren't as good as their bigger models. Both the iPad Air 2 and the Galaxy Tab 10.5 have way better speakers. I don't know why these are so much lower in comparison, but the iPad Mini 3 seems to have a better bass overall, and then the vocals and just how loud it is a little bit better on the Galaxy Tab S 8.4. But because neither is really just stand out between the other, we're going to call this a draw. Now, when it comes to watching a video, this is a big part of our tablets. We watch Netflix, we watch YouTube, we watch Hulu, we watch a lot of different media on our tablets. And this is where iPads have never won, specifically for this reason. This is a 4:3 ratio, which is not ideal for ever watching a video. All videos are meant to be watching 16:9, which is what the Tab S plays in. Tab S also has about a 1/2 inch bigger screen, so this is also why, again, it's going to look bigger. But is it going to look better? That's what we're here to find out, so let's see. Okay. And let's see. So, in pretty much every scene, the Tab S looks better, and that's just because of not only because of the aspect ratio, not only because of the resolution, but simply for the fact that it is an LED screen as well versus an LCD screen. LEDs are just going to look so much better, and if you want more realistic tones, well, you can't always just have that very quickly, and this is actually more realistic now than these tones. So the great part about the Samsung tablet is that you can actually basically have the best of both worlds, more realistic colors and more vibrant colors. So for that reason, yes, the Tab S is definitely going to win in terms of video quality. Now, when it comes to the camera quality, first we always take a look at the cameras themselves. With the iPad Mini 3, we have a couple of different features. One of the first things is on the front, we are going to see that we have a time-lapse, video, photo, square, and panorama. So these are what the features you have. You also have HDR on. On the Galaxy Tab S, we have a couple of different features. We have different settings for filters. We do have fast motion, but not slow motion. Actually, neither one has slow motion on these two tablets. You have the ability to do different resolutions, such as 1080, which is on both, but the Galaxy Tab S will have a couple of different modes. So not only will it have HDR, but it'll have things like dual camera, shot in more beauty face, and of course panorama. But overall, in terms of different modes, again, Samsung will usually take more modes, but is it going to be better? Well, that's what we're here to find out. So let's take a look first at the selfie shots. So overall in selfies, both are pretty good. Both are very detailed. Neither one specifically stood out to me in terms of quality overall with the detail. They're both pretty similar, to be honest. Nothing really stood out in terms of selfies. However, when it came to first clarity, just taking a photo and seeing which one was going to be sharper and focusing on the same image, it definitely stood out with the Galaxy Tab, and it just shows a lot, especially when you zoom in to say like the iHeart, Twitch, and Disney portion. Not only is it much clearer, but obviously this is again where you can see the color difference. Look how Netflix looks. Look how Disney looks. Look how Twitch looks. It's such a dramatic difference. This is purple, which is what Twitch does, and this is more of a blue. So you really are getting truer colors as well, it seems like, on the Tab S, and definitely a much better job of lighting. This is a white background, and I don't know if you can see this, but it really looks beige, like a brown beige on the screen. Now, when we go to the color accuracy, neither completely nail it. Overall, the color of the back pattern is going to be the golden yellow, which this displays a little bit too much, and this displays way too little. But definitely when it comes to the Dragon Balls themselves, Dragon Balls are orange, which is what this is, not brown. Again, in terms of detail and clarity, you are getting, again, more true color on here and more detail. You can see the 1-star is a lot sharper on there, as well as the 3-star and the 7-star itself. So in terms of overall camera performance, it does seem to go to the Tab 4 8.4, Tab S 8.4, and you definitely do want to remember that you do also have a flash on the Tab S, where you do not have a flash on the iPad Mini 3. Now, when it comes to battery life, both of these tablets get you past the ideal mark of 8 hours minimum between the smaller tablets. Now, when smaller tablets mean smaller batteries, so we can't expect the iPad Air 2 or Galaxy Tab S 10.5 style battery, but we at least expect them to get us about 8 hours. However, the iPad Mini 3 will get you about 9 hours on average, more so, where the Tab S 8.4 generally gets you around the 8-hour mark. Now, both of these do vary upon how you use them, as well as one specific usage that I have been draining my tablet faster since I have multiple users, which, to be fair, is not a feature you can do on the iPad Mini. But overall, in just terms of sheer battery life, you're going to get on average a little bit longer battery life with the iPad Mini 3 compared to the Galaxy Tab S 8.4. Now, when it comes to the overall gaming experience between these two tablets, well, you have to go to ecosystem and find out which one is better for you. Now, both play games fairly well, although I will say this in terms of the same exact game, the iPad mini will play games a little bit better. However, the second question you have to ask yourself is, what would you rather have? Newer games that come out first on an OS, or more open source games that allow you to play things like emulators and gaming systems from the years past, such as PlayStation 1, PSP, the Nintendo DS, on here? And that's what you really have to ask yourself, what type of gamer you are. If you want the latest mobile games, iPad is getting them quicker, especially between these two tablets. I'm noticing some missing ones on the 8.4 version compared to my 10.5 version. So for overall gaming purposes, if you are a gamer, you are going to want to go with the iPad mini 3. Now, when it comes to extras, both are going to be similar but different in the end. And that is, when you first look at these devices, they have a lot of the same extras in terms of software. You have an Office suite on both that you can type in Word document, spreadsheets, and presentations. And you do have basically that on an iPad. It's iPads aren't meant to be having the most extras built in. That's why you buy more to get them added on. With the Tab S 8.4, though, that's where it kind of splits itself off. You have the ability to have two apps open at the same time. So, for instance, just like on a computer, you can web browse while typing a document. Really comes in handy. You also have the ability to have an IR blaster right here at the top and a micro SD card slot to add 128 gigs of storage onto the device. In terms of that, it really does take the extras category just simply because of the fact you have a lot more built in with the Galaxy Tab S than you do with the iPad mini 3. Now, when it comes to the best bang for your buck in terms of pricing, both tablets do start off at $399. However, as we see, especially in this holiday season, the Tab S you're going to be able to get on a better sale price on average compared to the iPad mini 3. The iPad mini 3 is new and most likely won't go on sale more than $30. However, before we get into the big holiday season, you can already see that the Galaxy Tab S 8.4 is already coming in at $50 less than the iPad mini 3. Now, for basically having the same kind of parts, speed, processor, and storage, we have to give the better bang for the buck to the Galaxy Tab S 8.4. Alright, so when we tally them up, let's see who won. When it comes to look and feel, overall more people did like the Tab S 8.4. It's lighter, thinner, and just has a better grip to it than the iPad mini 3. When it comes to web browsing, the iPad mini 3 is going to be slightly better for web browsing. Loaded the page faster and did double tap better. When it comes to music, neither one is overwhelming. iPad mini 3 has a better bass, yet the loudness and better vocals go to the Tab S 8.4. Neither one really blows it away as their counterparts and older brothers do. When it comes to movies, though, it will be the Tab S 8.4. Just that AMOLED screen with the 16:9 ratio and the better screen clarity make it for a big win when it comes to watching movies. When it comes to the camera quality, although both are pretty much the same on the front-facing camera, you do have a much better rear-facing camera on the Tab S 8.4. It just tends to get pictures better, and don't forget, if you want to take them at night with the LED flash, you have that available on the Galaxy Tab S. When it comes to gaming, it's going to be the iPad mini 3 overall, just because it's not only going to have a little bit more games, but it's going to play them a little bit better compared to the Tab S 8.4. When it comes to battery life, also the iPad mini 3's edges out the Tab S in about an hour on average. Both get over 8 hours, but in terms of longer lasting, the iPad mini 3 seems to get closer to 9 each time. When it comes to the extras category, the Tab S 8.4 does take it just because it does have the better extras in terms of having the micro SD for add-on storage, the IR blaster, and the split screen capability. Not to mention, although both have a fingerprint scanner, overall the extras are just going to go to the Tab S 8.4. And finally, when it comes to price point, although both normally are $399 each, the Tab S is already proving that it's going to be a cheaper price during this holiday season for you, so it will be the better bang for your buck. All right, when we tally them all up, we see that the Tab S 8.4 takes it 5-3. Yes, it was a rather close one. And again, the iPad mini won in terms of web browsing, gaming, and battery life. So those are things that stand out to you and what you need. Then you might want to consider the iPad mini 3. However, if you want the lighter, thinner tablet, which is better for watching movies, taking a quick photo, and gives you more extras for your price, then you're going to want to go with the Galaxy Tab S 8.4. Hope you liked this video. If you did, please give a like, thumbs up down below. Thank you for watching. This has been RICKY, the Android Guy.